My students are tired of Kahoot. They've played it thousands of times. They've played it in math classes, in history classes, in their English classes. So it's high time for a change. Hello, I'm Kristof, and today we will have a look at two free but highly addictive games that you can play with your students that are not Kahoot. We will have a look at what the games are, how to play them, how they compare with Kahoot, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of those games. So let's start. The first game is Gimkit. By the way, as always, you can find the links and the extra information below the video. So let's have a look at Gimkit. This is Gimkit. As always, with any kind of website, you need to create an account, you log in, and then you have Gimkit. Like Kahoot, you can create your own ones, or you can find some things that already been created before. So let's have a look. And like Kahoot, you can do simple past, you can do grammar exercises or a vocabulary. Let's go simple past and have a look at all the game kits that are there. So here are some simple past there. If you go over them, you can see what they're like. As always, you need to be a bit careful because some people use different languages. We're teaching English, but some teachers like to translate. So some of them might have a language translation, English with Polish or English with Vietnamese or something else. Have a look at them and then you select one that you would like. This one seems to be okay. Everything seems to be okay. It's just multiple choice. Let's select this one. And then you can click on play live and you can start playing. It's a free game, but if you pay, you have a lot more options. The free games sometimes change. So you have Don't Look Down here, Fishtopia, and Trust No One. These are the free games that you can play right now. And there's some featured games as well. Capture the Flag, Knockback, and Classics. Like I said, if you pay, there's more option. The games that my students prefer to play is Fishtopia. That's working together though. Knockback, you can play alone. Snow Brawl is something that the students really love as well. And Snow Survival, the students love as well. What I do is, before I play the games, I always have a look at which ones are free this month. If they're the ones that the students like, we play it. Otherwise, we have to wait a little bit till one of the games open up and we can play those. Let's try Knockback. As you can see, you can select a time, 5 minutes, energy levels, things like this, nicknames, join later. Let's say we'll play for 5 minutes and click on continue. The game is being generated. It's like Kahoot. As you can see, yeah, you have a link to go to, gimkit.com join, and a code, same thing like Kahoot. If you go over the number, you can see there's a QR code. The students can use this with their phone and then they can go there. Here the game is, as you can see, you jump the platforms, you kind of jump, you answer some questions, and you try to shoot your opponents. Right now we're waiting for players. There's nobody here. So this is how you play the game. Let's try to create one on our own. You'll here have new kits. You click on it and you give the name, present simple, language. We are doing English and we are English language learners. So that's correct. Next. You can click on a photo or use your own photo if you want. Let's say if you want to have the present here. And then like Kahoot, you just click on add question. And it's very similar to Kahoot. You just have a question here, the correct answer, and you add it. So I go to school in the morning. I goes, went, go it. And you add the questions and that's it. And you're done. You can add another question like Kahoot. You can have text input. So the students need to write, let's make it a bit more difficult. She goes, she go to school on Monday, and exactly needs to be goes, or you can just say contains goes if it doesn't need to be exact, like this, and you add. Again, like Kahoot, if you want, you can add a picture there. You can either find pictures here. So let's say we're looking for the word school, and here you have a picture school. You can add a link there, or you can upload your own picture as well. So let's say the question is, what is this? And then the correct answer, school, bank, an office, a factory, and again, and you have your questions, and you are all, when you're done, you click on all done, and you're done. Let's edit a little bit. Again, let's go back, and if you want to edit it, like Kahoot, if you want, you can also import from a spreadsheet. There's different templates. And by the way, I created a video on how to use templates in Kahoot and ChatGPT to create Kahoots under 30 seconds. The same thing you can do here. You can create your Gimkit in ChatGPT, and with the template uploaded, and in 30 seconds, you have a completely new Gimkit. All done. The difference between the Gimkits, and the biggest difference between Gimkit and Kahoot, is that everything happens on the student's mobile device. So the students play on their phone. Nothing is really happening on the screen. As a teacher, you can watch them play on the screen, but that's it. The students are completely focused on the game. That's also the difference between Kahoot. Another difference between Kahoot is that the answering the questions is a secondary task. Their main objective is to win the game, either by working together, throwing snowballs at other people, having a knockout, throwing them from the platform. So the game itself is a lot more engaging, but they need to answer some questions. That's another thing. Another difference between this game and between Gimkit and Kahoot is that Kahoot is the fastest person who answers the questions correctly always wins. Here, you need to answer some questions fast, and you get some extra points for this, and you can use those points to win the game. But it's not the fastest person. You need to have some game skills. You need to have some luck in playing the game, and that means as well that some students might answer 30 questions, while other students might answer only 10 or 15 questions. This also means that when you create a game, like here, normally Kahoot, 10 questions, 15 questions is enough. It's very long already to play the game. Here, the games are much more fast-paced. So if you want to create a game yourself, or if you want to play the game for the students, there are two options. You have maybe 10, 15 questions, but that means that there's a lot of repetition. So if you want to drill something, it comes back again and again, and the students get faster and faster at answering the same questions. If you don't want to do this, then you'll have to have a few more questions. So if you have 30, 40, 50 questions, depending on how long you want the students to play, they won't have any repetition. So that's the trade-off. Kahoot, 15 questions, 10, 15, 20 questions is more than enough. Here, you might need more than 20 to play the game. You can also assign the Gimkits as homework. So there's a button here, assign homework. You click on it. You select the game you want the students to play. For example, let's say, don't look down, continue. Then you can set a date. So they have a time when they need to finish it for that time, date. And they have a goal. For example, student complete the assignment by reaching the selected summit, 3 submits, like this. Questions, goal, alternative questions. So they need to have so many questions correct. things like this, and energy levels. And then you kind of click on continue, and you get a link that you can share with your students. You can copy, send them the link, or you can have, for example, with the QR code here, save and share and create a QR code. You have the QR code, and the students can take a picture of this, and they have the homework. Before we go to the second game, don't forget to like, as it really helps with the algorithm, and it helps to spread the video to other teachers who might find it very useful. So here we are at Blooket. Same thing, you need to create an account first. So you create your account, and then you log in, and then you can start creating your own Blookets, or as always, like Kahoot or in Gimkit, you can find some that already been created by other teachers. So if you click on, for example, Discover here, click on Discover. As always, you can use grammar-based or vocabulary-based or trivia if you want, or math, or for other teachers who are more looking into those things. We're going to do simple past again. Click on this, and you have some questions here. Like Gimkit and unlike Kahoot, again, this is a game where the priority is the game, and answering the questions helps you with the game. And again, since it's time-based, like Gimkit, you need to have, again, a lot of questions, or if you want to do a lot of repetition, a few questions. So the nicest thing is to find a Blooket that has already a few questions. You can search here, maybe something with 50 questions. You have 50 questions here, 66, that's nice. And as always, you can click on it and have a look at it. As I said before, with Kahoot and with Gimkit as well, you need to be careful. Some teachers use translation, so you can click on show the answers, and then you have all the answers here. You can double check. This seems to be okay. And then you can start playing. Like Gimkit, like I said before, you can also assign as homework. You click on assign homework, and then you have some games that they can play. They can't play all the games because some of the games are competitive, where they compete against each other. And as homework, you can't do this. So there's other games that you can say, Power Defense, they built some towers, Crazy Kingdom, things like this, Doom. Have a look. The cafe is one that my students will love a lot. There you need to answer questions. You get some money. With that, you get some food. With that food, you can sell the food to your customers. You get some money. With that money, you can do upgrades. You start with toast, then maybe you want to have some English breakfast or some cereal or something else. And the more you sell, the more money you make. And the winner is the person who makes the most money. So you, for example, let's do the cafe and then assign it as homework. Again, you have how many days they can do it. You can set the time, things like this. And you can say, okay, this is all good. You can, they have a goal, and you just set assign homework. And again, you have a QR code that they can take a picture of, or a link that you can send your students, and then they can play the homework. Let's have a look at the game, simple past. Let's say we don't want to assign it as homework, but we want to play the game. We don't have any other players right now. So let's play a solo game. You click on solo. Students can also play solo. Again, if you play solo, there's not a lot of choice. So let's say we play cafe, and I'll show you how cafe is played. I'll show you a little bit of playing the games. So we are just waiting for the game to start right now. Let's say a new game, click on it, and a new game, we don't have to save it. Would you like a quick tutorial? No. We already know to play the game. Maybe your students want a tutorial, or you want to have a tutorial, but we're not going to do this right now. So restock food. Were the children happy? Okay. I have some toast for my customer. You click on it, and you click on the customer and some toast. Again, we don't have any money anymore. We don't have any toast, so we have to restock. We didn't go. Okay, click to go next. Restock some more food. The dog ate the bones. Okay, now we have some more toast here. We can give them 2 toasts there. Restock some food. Did she watch cartoons? Can we have, and we can send them some food. Restock some food. The flowers smelled beautiful. Okay, and we can send them some money. We can send them the toast here. Okay, restock some food. She didn't drink. Toast. Restock the food. Okay, and now I've sold some things. I can upgrade the shop. I can upgrade for cereal or yogurt. Let's maybe say yogurt. The next day, we stock some food. My brother played. And now I get some yogurt and some toast that I can sell. I can get them some toast and some yogurt. And now I'm making a lot more money. And the game continues like this. So you answer some questions, you get some food in return for that, you give the food to the customers give you money, and then you can upgrade and so on and so forth. And the students here can play in days. When you play online in the class, they play a set amount of minutes. Usually I pay 7 minutes, so the students get some time to the game starts and they can play the game. When it finishes, the game is finished, and that's it. In Gimkit and in Kahoot and Blooket, you can also have a look at the students' results. You can have an overview of how well they scored, which kind of questions they answered correctly, which ones they answered wrong. In all 3 games, it's slightly different. And of course, if you pay for a paid version, you have a lot more details on what the students did wrong and what they did correctly. But the free versions of all 3 games already give you a nice overview. So depending on the mood of my students, we either play a Kahoot or a Blooket or a Gimkit. The Gimkit I always check first if it's a good game they are willing to play. And the Blooket, I give them the choice because there's different games they can choose from, and they play the game and they get lots of practice. They really seem to enjoy it. I've played it a lot with teens, and I've also played it with adults. With smaller children, again, it's a lot more difficult because most classes don't have mobile devices in the classroom, but you could maybe assign it as homework and they could do this at home on a mobile device. And like I said, with both games, Blooket and Gimkit, like Kahoot, you can use ChatGPT or other AI to create questions for you, and you can save it in the template and then upload it. And that means that you don't have to copy paste anymore, and it saves you a lot of time. If you want to know more, I've created a video on how to do it with Kahoot, how to use ChatGPT and create a Kahoot under 2 minutes.